Hey y'all, thought I'd have a quick little story time with you. I'm down here feeding the horses and the goats and thought, I have a few minutes. I want to throw something out here real quick. So something that I harp on a lot with guys when they're asking me about dogs or what they want, they're wanting to get a Labrador Retriever, some other type of dog for retrieving ducks. I harp on blind etiquette. Doesn't matter what type of dog you get, though. If you don't get a Labrador Retriever, it's kind of silly because any other dog, I'm not knocking down Chessies or Goldies or anything like that, but still, Labrador Retriever, it's the best retrieving dog you're going to get. That also doubles well as a family dog. It's all I've ever had. They're great dogs. Ours live in the house with us just like a family pet, but they also, don't mind jumping in freezing cold water and getting ducks and geese for me. So blind etiquette is a huge thing when it comes to dogs. Doesn't matter how good your dog can retrieve, doesn't matter how a birdie your dog is. If your dog has poor blind etiquette, it's going to ruin everyone's hunt. So I thought I'll go on a little story about blind etiquette where it failed for one guy that I thought was kind of funny. I thought, you know what, I'll share that. And at some other time, I'll go in on blind etiquette and what you need to teach your dogs. But I thought, in the meantime, this is kind of a funny story. So this was well over a decade ago. And me and my cousin were out hunting with some other guys. We had my female lab, Sadie, out there. And another guy had another type of dog. I don't even remember what type of breed it was. It wasn't a lab, but it doesn't mean it wasn't a good dog. And he was a male, and he hadn't been neutered. And we get out there early that morning. I didn't know the guy or anything. It was kind of a friend of a friend. We met up. Me and him, my cousin met up with another group of guys that I knew one of the guys in the group at this honey hole spot, phenomenal hunting spot. Anyways, had enough guys that it warranted bringing both dogs. And even it didn't, regardless, if I'm hunting, I'm bringing my dog with me. You can leave your dog at home, but I'm not going to leave mine at home. Anyways, so this dog will not leave my female alone. And I'm telling him, hey, man, can you get your dog back? Hey, get your dog back. We're setting up decoys and stuff. And he just is all over. Starting to get fairly agitated. And finally, this dog starts to, jump on top of my female. Like he thinks he's going to make puppies or something. And I've given this guy numerous chances. So I kind of take my boot and I don't kick the dog. I just put it up against him and I push him off and tell him to sit, thinking he maybe knows that thing. Well, this dog growls. So my cousin, who's a little bit more of a hothead than me, draws down on this dog with a shotgun. And he had shells in his gun, but he didn't have one in the chamber. And he hurried and racks it. And the guy we were with goes, whoa, 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 whoa. This other guy whose dog this is, and he says, hey, what are you doing? He starts to panic there for a second. My cousin says, well, your dog growled at my cousin. I'm about to blow his head off. We thought he was about to jump on me or something. This dog had no blind etiquette. Anyways, after my cousin, this guy had a handful of words, and this guy realized rather that my cousin wasn't bluffing, so he wasn't going to be able to quote unquote call a bluff. And that he was dealing with a guy who was literally going to shoot his dog if his dog tried to jump on his cousin. That the guy may need to get his dog under control. And that guy decided to hunt on the other side of this watershed that we were hunting. Now, I don't really know why I'm sharing that story other than I found comfort in the fact that when I pushed a guy's dog off my dog and the dog growled and kind of raised up, that I knew at that point forward that if a dog ever tried to attack me, at least my cousin was going to try to shoot the dog and at least try to keep me safe. But the other point is this. Had the guy had taught his dog blind etiquette, had the dog known sit and heel and been consistent with it, this would have never been an issue. So when you get your pup, make sure that when you're teaching it to retrieve, 3 more commands that are super, super important to teach it are sit, hear, and heel. And then other ones that go with that are place and kennel. And there's a time for those too, to teach those. And we'll go into that more in a different video. But I thought, that's one of those stories that sticks out of my head. It ended up being nothing. We laugh about it now. It's one of those stories that I've told a handful of times to people. And I don't know. I look back on it with fondness. Most people probably would if they're in my situation, but if they're in the other guy's situation, they might not. But, with all that said, make sure you're using etiquette while you're out there, and that your dog has etiquette, that you have good blind etiquette and hunting etiquette as well. And, man, make sure to enjoy the outdoors. You'll have a good one.